Well, a newcomer to the driving ranks here at Club Menangle over the past couple of weeks has been Blaney-based Cindy Bourke. I caught up with Cindy after a drive on Mr Hayward in the sixth event. Well, Cindy, good to see you back at Club Menangle tonight. Unfortunately, Mr Hayward didn't perform up to expectations, but you had no luck.
Oh yeah, so I couldn't really say not up to expectations, just a tough run. Death seating at Menangle is not the same as death seating at Cowra, I guess, and a big task, and but he's pulled up fine, so he'll be okay.
No doubt we'll see you back in action here with Mr Hayward.
Yeah, in no time short, I guess.
Well, Cindy, you came up through the harness racing ranks in the usual way, pony clubs and mini trotters.
Yep, certainly did. Pony club for the riding horses from the time I could walk, and then the mini trots when I was about 6 till about 12, and then sort of took a bit of a step back because there was no maxi trots at that time. And then as soon as I could get my hands on a licence, a C-grade licence, I did when I was 15, and just went from there.
The Bourke family have always been involved in harness racing?
Yeah, the grandparents are Harriet and Laurie Bourke. They've been in there, their dad's parents. Mum brought the riding horses to the family, and Dad then brought me into the industry. My grandfather gave me my first horse actually, and tonight's horse was my grandmother's, so they always have a hot little contest. It was really good. Pa gave us a couple of horses to train. Ma did as well. They've always bred one or two, and it's been good fun.
Yeah, your grandmother Harriet bred Mr Hayward. She also races him. Yeah,
she certainly does. No, he's certainly been a horse in a lifetime for him. They've waited a lot of years to have a nice horse like him, a 9-win horse, and no, I think anybody that's a sort of small person in the industry can appreciate, and we're very grateful for the ride he's given us.
Cindy, you had the harness racing bug from an early age and you couldn't wait to leave school.
Yeah, no, school was certainly not my high point. I did everything to avoid it. Didn't study, didn't really want to be involved. So as soon as I could and got Mum and Dad's approval, tick of approval, and they came down and sussed out my first job with Peter Bourke actually. They signed my release papers, the school signed me out, and away we went from there.
And you drove a winner at a very early age?
Yeah, drove a horse that Dad was training called Happy Magic. We were training him for another gentleman, and then he wasn't much chop, so they actually leased him so I could finish my trial drives. And he was a good fun horse. He had no ability, one going 2.5, big world of difference to here now. And he's just fat and happy in a paddock now.
And Cindy, your father only doubles in 1 or 2 horses. He's mainly with the farm and cattles.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, he's kept well and truly busy with the farm and the mob of cows we've got and calves, and there's always something to do with fences and troughs and the drill, and we've got a couple of sheep and everything there as well. Him and Mum manage them, and then Dad sort of has the 1 or 2 horses. He's had a couple himself that he bred, and then Ma and Pa have a couple, and he train for them. Dad used to drive, but he sort of gave that away when I came to it, which was really nice of him. And so the sort of 2 or 3 horses or 1 or 2 horses we had going, sort of I got to have a bit of a start on them, but there was a few dry spells in between because 1 or 2 horses have a few problems occasionally.
Sydney, at a very early age, as far as your career was concerned, you had a very important career move when you linked up with Mark Purdon and Natalie Rasmussen in New Zealand.
Yeah, so funny that one. I'd been at my job with Peter for 12 months, and Dad seen the job advertised on the internet actually, and sort of suggested, and I made a phone call and hooked it all up, and within 6 weeks and getting my passport I was on a plane and away we went. Was over there for 18 months, and it was world of difference, like just everything you can learn from Natalie as a stable runner and Mark as a horse person and Natalie as a driver. They're both very, very talented horse people and extraordinarily big wealths of knowledge.
Yeah, it's great spending your time with 2 legends of the industry, but you spent 9 months with them, but you also learned a lot more than just harness training and driving.
Yeah. So Mark and Natalie were very forward and in the industry until recently when they stepped away, and they used a lot of what you'd call alternative therapies, so like red light therapy, massage, acupuncture, and I actually did some training and got qualified in acupuncture and massage myself, and I do that on horses now.
After spending that 9 months with Mark and Natalie, you stayed in New Zealand for another 9 months.
Yeah, I went down to Jamie Gamison's. He does a bit of yearling prep and a few racehorses, and it was just nice, and he gave me a couple of race starts and everything, and I drove a winner for him and a few placings, and that was a really nice start. I drove a couple of races for Mark and Nat, but they have a big team of drivers, lots of owners with high expectations, so it was a bit harder to make a start in that. But they were always happy to mentor me even when I was driving for Jamie, so that was really good.
So you've had around about 17 or 18 winners, but no doubt you're really trying to set your sights on a Club Menangle victory.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It'd be really nice to get it on this horse too. If his next win's number 10, and it'll be my first Metro and his first Metro win. And it's been a hard, long road to get here, but it's been well worth it.
And racing at Bathurst, very competitive these days.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, it's a big major hub for racing with a lot of prominent big and small trainers. Like there's always someone that's got a horse that's going really well, and it doesn't matter what grade you're in, you're always up against someone that's on the ball.
Well, Cindy, great to see you at Club in England. Hopefully we'll be seeing you in the winner's circle sooner than later.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Michael.
Lovely.